Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game sales. It is May 12th, 2022, and in today's video we are going to check out the video game sales from Japan courtesy of Famitsu.com. In this particular video we are going to look at 2 weeks worth of data. Since last week Famitsu took the week off due to vacation, Golden Week, they didn't report, but now we've got 2 weeks worth of data going from April 25th through May 8th. So the following that you're going to see today, leading with hardware, represents 14 days worth or 2 weeks worth of sales figures. The number one best-selling console for the 2-week period was the Nintendo Switch, which moved 176,592 units. The PlayStation 5 came in at second place, doing 49,798 units. In third was the Xbox Series, moving 14,118 units. The Nintendo 3DS came in at fourth place, and it sold 452 units. And in fifth place was the PlayStation 4, which sold 81 units. If you look at the breakdown per console, on the PlayStation 5 side of things, no contest. Disc version 46,000 to the discless version at 3,000. The Xbox Series X side of things, the X with 3,500, the Series S with 10,600, quite a difference on that end. And on the Nintendo Switch side, a massive 101,000 went to the OLED model, followed by 53,000 to the base Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch Lite earning 22,011 sales. So, yeah, pretty awesome stuff. It would be really great if this was 1 week's worth of data, but it's 2, so it's not like, wow, Nintendo Switch went from 57,000 to 176, but realistically, something like 57 from 3 weeks ago, and then these last 2 weeks are split up something like an 86 week and a 90 week, something along those lines, you know. For PS5, it's not like it went from 17 to 49, but more like a week of 25 and a week of 24. Probably not quite that. Might have been 29 and 20, but you know, something along those lines. And for Xbox Series, again, not from 6,000 to 14,000 doubling, but probably after that 6,000 a week was an 8,000 a week followed by a 6,000 a week, something along those lines. 2 7,000 a weeks back to back, you know, something like that. The overall sales show that things are looking pretty good. Everything is down from the previous year at this point, with the exception of Xbox Series. It's almost at 70,000 compared to last year's only 10 for this point in time. PS5 is down 394,000 versus 434,000 for last year. 3DS is about in half at 6,400 versus last year's 12,000, and PS4 at 305 compared to last year's whopping 67,000, comparatively speaking. The Nintendo Switch, 1.7 million versus the 2.3 million. That's down by a good almost 600,000. I still think that it's quite likely that Nintendo Switch reaches 5 million in Japan this year for sales, which would be very impressive. It's not a guarantee, but it's certainly going to sell over 4 million. Overall, too, I'll note Nintendo Switch is not too far off from 25 million, and that's really cool. It's just a 300,000 away. Give it several more weeks, and yeah, probably early July at the latest, we're going to have a 25 million selling console on our hands, so that's exciting. On the software side of things, once again, this occupies 2-week frame, April 25th to May 8th. Let's check it out. Nintendo Switch Sports didn't open up with, but instead did, in this case, 10 days worth of availability on the market of those last 14 days. 304,588 physical copies sold. Kirby and the Forgotten Land in that 2-week frame did 77,330 copies. In third place is the Nintendo Switch version of eBaseball Powerful Pro Baseball 2022 with 61,209 copies. In fourth, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, moving 41,802 copies. In fifth place is the PlayStation 4 version of eBaseball Powerful Pro Baseball 2022, and it did 26,444 copies. That's a pretty good split between the Nintendo Switch and the PS4 versions, you're looking at over double is what the Nintendo Switch version did. But hey, good for Konami on already physical alone selling over 230,000. Not bad. Probably safe to say that with digital, that one is not quite at 500,000, but it's creeping up on there. So good for them. In sixth, the Nintendo Switch version of Minecraft, and it did 22,952 copies for the 2 weeks. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came in at 7th place, moving 20,417 copies. In 8th was Ring Fit Adventure, and it did just another impressive 17,309 copies. In 9th, Mario Party Superstars, which moved 16,686 copies. And Pokemon Legends Arceus sold 15,235 copies. 10th place. Overall, that split is 9 Nintendo Switch games to 1 PlayStation 4 title. Thank you to Chris1964 from the InstallBaseForum.com forums for putting together nicely the Nintendo Switch. I wanted to say Nintendo Switch charts because it almost is that, but thank you for putting nicely together Famitsu's charts, including the percentage changes and so forth for both hardware and software. So that's going to do it today for Video Game News with Gale Network. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Are you impressed with anything? Is it more of what you expected? I think it's cool that on the hardware side, even though it was a 2-week period, it really is up, even if you divide things in the middle from that previous week, of basically 3 weeks ago. Xbox did quite well. PlayStation did quite well. Nintendo did quite well. So I'm happy to see that. Here's to the rest of the year, and of course, before we get there, we've got NPD results to talk about tomorrow from Matt Piscatella on the US side of things, and a whole summer's worth of titles coming out that should be pretty exciting. I think Mario Strikers is amongst the ones that I'm looking forward to most, in addition to, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Splatoon 3, Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, and of all of those, probably Xenoblade Chronicles X is my most anticipated, or Splatoon 3, something like that in terms of just games for the summer. But sales-wise, since Mario Strikers is the first, I'm kind of excited to just get to that one and see how it does. But yeah, I'm looking forward to all of them. Okay, thanks for watching once again. PGN signing out. Hope you all have a good one. Take it easy. Bye.